Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, I have to hold a mic.
You have to hold a mic?
You told me to relax. Now I got to hold things.
We're going to start with a little funky intro music. You ready for this?
That's literally funky.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And we're back. It's the worst podcast. I have Councilmember Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, dude?
I got one of those strawberry candies.
Hey, that's totally
I haven't had in 30 years.
I know.
You got the worst council member in Pearland for the worst podcast.
Yeah, dude, this is great.
I like that. That's
so,
good.
How long you been council member there?
This is my 5th year.
5th year?
Yeah. Got about 9 months left.
And are you also a firefighter?
No.
Okay.
This is a shirt born of envy that I think they made a shirt for someone else, and of course, you know, we get our feelings hurt, so they make a shirt for us. And then after they made this shirt for us, the police made a shirt for our city manager, so of course, we got our feelings hurt. So now we have police shirts too. I'll be wearing that one tomorrow, so, you know, I don't hurt any.
Stop by the booth. I want to check it out.
Okay.
I mean, I already got you on the podcast.
That's right. I am here.
Is this your first TML conference, or you've been here before?
No, I come every year.
Yeah. It's a big show. It's really cool. It's one of my favorites. One of the questions, like, on the worst podcast, it's not a serious show, okay? I mean, a lot of people say, what do you do? I'm like, well, I actually build and design commercial playgrounds, but I do this as it's my therapy, you know?
I can understand that.
You know, it's just my thing. But, like, one of the questions during TML, like, there's so many different cities that no one's ever heard of, and Texas is so big.
I just found one called Bang.
Bang?
No, Bangs. And I had never heard of it. They tried to describe where it is, and they kept naming things I had also never heard of. But then Lainey over there, another council member, says, oh, yeah, it's right next to it. She pulls out pictures from, like, their only cafe. They have, like, 10 people that live there. They have one place to eat, and she's apparently
knows it
their
well.
number one customer.
So, yeah. I mean, that's funny because I've been doing TML close to 10 years. I mean, the trade show. And the most common question that is asked is, oh, where is that? Where is that? I mean, there's so many different ones, but that's funny that she had pictures and all that.
Yeah, we're just outside of ... We're just south of ... We're
and I, you know,
start naming road numbers, and that's where
pretty much
you lose me. You know, we're 372. No.
All right, so what made you decide to become a council member?
Would you like the villain origin story? Villain?
Hey.
What am I? That's the strawberry candy. It's the sugar.
I mean,
or the more polished,
you know what,
campaign trail answer.
I will say this. I'm a pretty big deal. The worst is, I will post it if you like on YouTube, or I have a whole, like, 40 subscribers. So
okay.
However, whatever you would like to do,
Okay. Well, I'll give you the truthful answer then.
Spoken like a true politician. Just kidding.
Well, I'm a former business owner in my town, and I felt harassed by the city.
This is good.
So that's what initially drove me to run. But then I did run. I was not prepared. And there were 3 other guys in that race, all way better than I was. Still are. They're way better than I am. And, so I got behind one of them. I didn't spend a dime on that one. Supported this other guy. He ultimately got elected. And then I stayed out of it for a couple of years. But then I was just taking the LSAT, was thinking about going back to school. And then somebody said, hey, I was on the Parks Board at the time. And they said, are you interested in running for council? And I said, I guess. So I talked to the other Parks Board members and Lainey over there that just ran away to avoid being on the worst podcast.
I could tell.
She was on the Parks Board as well, and I chatted the other members, and they said, yeah, we'd like to have you there. We'd rather have you there than have you here. And I wasn't sure how to take that, but, took it as a compliment. And I ran. There you go.
Well, that's awesome. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
So what kind of business was it?
I owned a chain of cafes in the area. So I had one the original was in Pearland, and then I had one in the cities of League City and one in Alvin, Texas as well, yeah.
I'm actually from those neck of the woods. I used to live on Egret Bay Boulevard for a period of time. In League City.
Yeah.
And then I grew up in Clear Lake, the Bay Glen area, if you know where that is. And
yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Went to high school at Clear Brook, but now I reside in New Braunfels.
Okay.
I'm actually on the planning committee, the Trails Park Planning Committee.
You have a pin, so I know it's true.
It's legit, folks. Check out this part right here.
There's only one S in New Braunfels.
There's only one.
It's not New Braunfels?
That's what everybody says. So there's actually a song that's called There's Only One S in New Braunfels.
Did you know that it's actually Kroger and not Kroger's?
See?
Yeah.
So we don't have Kroger's where I live. Oh, Kroger.
Yeah.
Where I live. But I do remember Kroger. I used to work there.
Do you remember Eckerd Drugstore?
I do remember Eckerd.
Yeah, not Eckerd's, as everyone says.
Exactly. I didn't know that. I always thought it was Eckerd's too. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about, what does CVS stand for? Now we're just way off, and
but we could go on forever.
and I thought I knew, but apparently I don't, and I've already forgotten.
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
When you come to these things, what do you do exactly? I know you have to probably shop for things and look for different things, but what else? Tell us what you do at TML.
A couple things. One, I look for things to take back to present to city staff and the other council members so they can say no. That's my number one objective. Number two is a lot of networking. I really do enjoy learning from other people.
Okay.
So I was very heavily involved with NLC, more so than TML for a while, and made a big effort to go to as many cities across the country as I could. So I was the chair of their first tier suburbs council, which is all the cities outside of the major cities across the country, and learned from a lot of them. I think there's a lot of things you can bring back and let people yell at you for saying, well, we're not California and, we're not Illinois or whatever it is. That's true. We are not. But it doesn't preclude us from adopting best practices. So I liked doing that, and that's a big thing that I get here from TML as well, is looking to see, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's way more expensive. So much R&D. You just find things that work and just take it home, and there's no theft in government, I guess. I don't know. Just give credit, I guess.
I love it. I was going to do a rim shot. Sorry. I was late on the call on there.
That's fine. And then the other reason is I'm a suitcaser. So I work with 2 nonprofits.
What?
Actually, 3 nonprofits. So I am the CEO of Keep Pearland Beautiful, which is one of the largest independent 501c3 Keep Beautiful affiliates, part of the Keep America Beautiful and Keep Texas Beautiful system. But I'm also on the board of Keep Texas Beautiful, and I'm the current chair of the State of Texas Alliance for Recycling. So this gives me an opportunity to go connect with a lot of my quote-unquote nonprofit constituents and see how they're doing.
I love it.
Help run them around and introduce them to different exhibitors and things like that, make sure that they've got the right connections for their town.
It's so cool. Well, that's the other thing too. It was like I started social media posting regularly to promote the worst and my playground stuff, but then I can tag these nonprofits that you're talking about. Myself, I'm on the Make-A-Wish board in San Antonio, and that's the other reason why I do the worst. It's not just about me. It's getting the word out.
Let me ask you, I don't know much about this brand here. Is it Leah or Lay?
So Lee Park and Play is the company I work for, and we are the sole authorized dealer for Little Tykes Commercial.
Got it.
Here we have All Play, the gentleman you were talking there, just John Cole. They are also the Little Tykes Commercial dealer. So different territories, same products.
We just put in. We installed a Miracle Field, and then also installed our first all-inclusive playground with our Forever Parks Foundation in Pearland.
Nice.
And I think it's a priority for us.
Yes.
And we're looking to do what we can to expand access to all-inclusive infrastructure in the city. So we've got another park on the other. We're a very long city. We span 3 counties, 7 school districts.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. So when we put something in on one side of town, people feel very left out on the other. So, of course, we have to put something on the other side of town now. So, parks and park infrastructure and playgrounds, stuff like that are big news in Pearland right now.
That's awesome, dude. We actually have a partnership with Unlimited Play, which is a nonprofit organization that's all they do. They build and design inclusive playgrounds, but a lot of playground manufacturers do the same thing.
Right.
But there's just something a little different that Unlimited Play does, and it's hard to really describe it, but, I'll send something to you later. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I think it's awesome that you got your first inclusive playground. When did that happen?
It happened with a lot of hard work from our Forever Parks Foundation mainly. We did our best to support them along the way, but they didn't really need our support. They went out and privately fundraised, but in addition to that, went to one of our state reps in House District 29, Ed Thompson, and said, "Hey, Ed, can you help us out?" And he said, "Let me see what I can do." So Ed reached out to the Texas Parks and Wildlife, got them a big grant. I think it was $70,000 or $75,000, something like that. It could have been more than that. I'm the worst, remember? So there you go. That's why I'm here. So, but it got them a grant, and then our mayor did some fundraisers. He did a golf tournament, raised some additional funds. One of our other council members, Alex Kamkar, his wife Nikki Kamkar, spearheaded that project, and she is a force. We have hurricanes, and they're afraid of her, so that's how we stay safe. We say there will be no flooding as long as Nikki's here, because the hurricanes are like, nope. So she went out and really led the Forever Parks team and led that charge to raise the funds, and now we have a playground.
When did that go into the ground?
Oh, very recent. The groundbreaking was just a few months ago.
No way.
Yeah.
And where is this at?
The one that we have right now is at our sportsplex. It's in the west part of town.
Okay.
And then we're looking to do, like I said, a subsequent installation at we call it the Premier Park, the Independence Park, which is on the east part of the city. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love Pearland, and my good friend Sean Townsend lives there. He's actually the head coach at Houston Gymnastics Academy.
I have read emails about him.
Exactly, and he would just be tickled pink to know that I'm talking to you.
Well, let me correct that. That sounds bad. I don't know. I've read emails from him.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
He told me. I actually helped last year with that setting up. And just I'm not in the gymnastics world. I'm not used to setting up gymnastics meets, but it is a lot of work getting those things set up. And it was. I can tell you this: the kids that were in there, the boys that were competing, had a great time. All that was awesome. And at the end of the day, no matter how we get there, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But those other things, it'll work itself out. I hope. You good? We still good there? Oh yeah, I like it.
I have no idea what's happening.
All right, we're gonna wrap up.
Okay.
Because what's Laney?
Laney Cade.
Laney Cade. We're gonna wrap up.
She's
okay.
ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna do one thing with John. John Cole, come here.
Wait, I'm contractually obligated to plug the State of Texas Alliance for Recycling, Texas Recycling Summit, November 1st through 3rd in San Marcos, Texas. Please visit recyclingstar.org for more information. And
okay,
there you go.
I'm glad we got it. Sit down.
Thank you for that. You can edit it out later if you have to.
No. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. All right. Hey, Laney, thank you for allowing me to.
Dan? Hey, so speaking of Bangs, Texas, did you know 3 of their council members are all named Greg?
What's that mean? What was it from? Oh, gosh.
I said, what's your name, Greg? And you? Greg. And you? Oh, that's Greg.
That's like Blazing Saddles at Johnson.
Huh? No, they had name tags, and it was Greg, Gregory, and Greg. And then the lady at the end, I'm so sorry. I apologize to her that I do not remember her name, but I said, are you also Greg? And I called her Greg after she introduced herself. I said, nice to meet you, Greg. I'd already been trained. But Dan Davis, the mayor of Manville, Texas, a fantastic guy who's apparently looking for us. Their new city manager is also Dan. So they got the Dans.
That's awesome. Well, I was
Dan Johnson.
just talking.
Well, no, Dan is the mayor. He's on council, but...
So anyways, y'all ready for this?
Ready.
John Cole, you met John Cole. This is his son who's now in the playground business. Cameron Cole.
Cameron Cole is the name of our mayor's son. His name is Cameron Cole.
What?
You
You're
attend
not
all
my
of it.
son.
Yeah.
You're not my son. That's me.
Yeah. Our mayor is Kevin Cole. And
Kevin
Cameron
Cole.
shows up to all of
yeah.
our meetings.
We did playground at their church.
Oh, really?
Kevin Cole's church.
Ah,
How about them
look
apples?
at that.
Would you look at that?
Apples was the theme of the presentation at the opening session. Everything is connected.
Are just awesome.
Because I always say it.
I'm more of an Android guy myself, but
So am I.
yeah.
How about them apples? More apples. More apples. Okay, here we go.
The real Cameron Cole. And John, this is just too much.
It's too much.
Do you need my name tag on it?
Okay. I'm trying to find a good one for our
This is what
guests.
our council meetings are like, by the way. I just want you to know.
Are they really?
We have the best
This is good stuff.
council meetings. If you'd like to stream they're PearlandTX.gov. We are the greatest. Especially her, because she just had surgery, so
That's right.
I'm not going to say she's on drugs during the council meetings, but... yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, here we go.
What are we doing?
Just read it and then read it.
Do I read the punchline, or do I ask if you know it? Because I'm going to assume that you know it. But
It's all in the delivery.
All right.
You're a natural, by the way.
How many tickles does it take to get an octopus to laugh? 10 tickles.
This guy's good.
A duck walks into a bar.
That's not. No, it was 10 tickles. No, it was 10 tickles. Get it? All right. Sorry. A duck.
A duck walks into a bar and buys everyone around. He says, "Put it on my bill."
Quack.
Quack.
This guy quacks me up.
This one I might cut out, but I want you to read it because it's pretty funny.
Male bees die after mating. That's basically their life. Honey Nut Cheerio. Hold on. I feel like I've heard every joke in the world, and this is the first time I've heard this one.
Dude, your delivery
Thank you.
is spot on.
That was awesome.
Is your last name really McJunkin?
I got teased like growing up, yes.
All right.
Junk in the trunk.
There he is.
Jake, you want to hop in? I got a mic and headphone. You can listen. You want to do you got to do one. You've done this before. You're natural too.
Yes.
Just do one. Do one.
Just challenged right
I want
now.
one. I want one. I want one. Before he goes.
I want one. He said, "I want one."
Hey, can I tell you my favorite joke that Cameron's not going to get, but I hope at least one person laughs?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
All right. Grasshopper walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, dude, you know, you're kind of famous around here." Grasshopper says, "What?" "Yeah, you know, we even have a drink named after you." And Grasshopper says, "You have a drink named Steve?" I love that. But as the years go on, fewer and fewer people get that because fewer is quantitative, less is qualitative. I make it a point to always say that on podcasts.
Oh yeah.
This is my only podcast, so 1 for 1.
One for one. I love it.
All right, Lainey is.
All right, Laney, I'm gonna let him go now.
Thank you.
Before you go, I have to do this for you. Everybody, Adrian Hernandez.
Thank you so much.
He did it.
These
First
headphones really
podcast.
make it real. Thank
It
you.
does. Thank you for coming on.